Hi, good morning. This is Jenny Oya. I want to talk to you about nuggets and things. This morning, I think I woke up somewhere about 3 a.m. and I saw one of my most admired actresses telling her story this morning. And she just broke down in tears and it just captured me. It captured me because it is something that sometimes we, as people that have to keep an image up, it's hard for us to talk about. And I've watched many athletes, actresses, people in higher positions, co-workers, family members go through the same kind of, turmoils in life, struggles with mental illness. Mental illness is real. And I believe in, trying to put out the awareness of it so people don't have to be ashamed of it and people don't have to be ashamed of them. It's real, it's all around us, it's through us and our families, immediate families, friends. Sometimes people have a hard time sharing with you their depression, their dark places, their hurts, their struggles. They have a hard time talking about it because they don't know if they can be accepted because of those things. And I want to just share a little bit today and hopefully opening up some doors for many others. And I know many people are talking about it, and we have all kinds of different places that help people. But I'm talking about some people that may not even go looking for help. Sometimes people don't even know what's wrong with them. They have, a repeated behavior that they don't even understand why they do what they do. They don't understand what makes them do what they do, but they keep doing it. And sometimes that root cause is just an illness that they need to first understand, accept, and then learn how to treat it so that you can be accepted and move forward in many walks of your life. I speak to people all around me all the time. People are confiding in me, talking to me, sharing with me, looking for answers to a illness, to a situation, to a problem, to a suffering that they don't understand and they don't know how to change. Talking to veterans, you know, I talk to them and their stories, just it kind of breaks you up. And you have got to stand firm and listen to them tell you their story and your heart just breaking up because you're saying, wow. And they hold it in because they are expected to be strong. They are expected to not allow this to bother them. But yet it does. Who do you run to? Who can you run to? Who can you tell? And sometimes they find a perfect stranger like me and share. This is my dilemma. This is my situation. This is what broke up my home. This is what caused me to lose my job. This is what caused me to lose my home, my status, my everything I had. It broke me down to this level because of this that I didn't understand. Nobody told me about, nobody prepared me for, or showed me a way out. And then when I watched my beautiful lady, and you think they look like they got it so together. Sometimes you just wish you could be like somebody else. They're your role model, they're your hero. You want to be just like them and not realize they suffer too. They have struggles too. They're going through too. They may not can share it with you, but they're going through. One lady asked me one time years ago, probably over 30 some years ago. I was coming out my house and she says, Miss Jenny, can I ask you a question? I said, sure. What is it? She said, look, don't you ever have any problems? I said, of course I have problems. Why'd you say that? She said, every time I see you, you're smiling, you got your head up, and you walk like you ain't got a care in the world. I said, oh. I said, oh, you know what? My problems remain in my home. You may not know it. I may have cried all night long. Me and my pillow may have had this serious conversation and it broke me down. But when I get up in the morning and I start my day, I must start my day positive. And I refuse to allow myself to go out into the world and let them see me at my worst. That's just me. That's me. Call it pride, whatever. But I said to her, listen to me. People don't want to a lot of times hear about your problems. And there's some people who are waiting to know that you finally got some. So when I walk out my door, I put it on. I snatch that smile up there. I throw that head up and I walk it out. They'll never know. Because I know there's some people who want to know so they can gloat. But then there's some people who are looking for my strength for the day. And they don't need to see me at my lowest when they need me. Sometimes I must put what I feel to the side so I can help somebody else. Because what I do is make sure I try to help others throughout the day. They call me sometimes the 911 woman. They call me when they got a 911 situation going on. Help me. And when they call me, I try my best to be available. I very seldom have it so that they have to go into my voicemail when I know it's a 911. That my voicemail doesn't mean a natural one. I mean to the point where I am so busy thinking about myself that I put them on hold. Because sometimes, even at my worst day, in my worst stages in life, I still find time to pour into someone else who needs me. Because that's what I do. And so when I hear about people's struggles with mental illness, with depression, deep depression, people who are going through really dark places, all I know to do is be a light. To be a light so that those who are in dark places can see the light. And when you see a light, it gives you hope. It gives you hope that if I can just get to the light, you know. We sung a song years ago, and I love this song. You know, everybody needs to hold the light and hold it high. Because somebody's lost in the harbor. They may not be far, but they just need to get ashore. So hold your light high. Well, I always want to be that beacon light. I want to be that light that's constantly turning. You know? That somebody who's in a dark place, who's lost, who's in need, can see that light and see hope. If I can just get there. Because I've been there many times in life that I said, oh my God, I need to get to somebody who can help me. Because I'm in a place now that I don't know if I can make it. Yeah, that's me. And I needed somebody who would take out time with me while I was going through. And when I make that call, I need them to answer. And when I hear that voice on the other line, that gives me hope. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. And their job was to talk me into being okay. I had my greatest source was my mama. My mother, and I talk about it all the time because she was just that for me. She was the only, they call me sometimes like a storm. I was like a fire, you know, ooh. I had to do a whole lot of woosah, woosah, to cool myself down. Because when people get me all riled up, I'm like, oh, let me go. Let me go. Because, nah. But my mama, miss her so much. When I had a bad day and I didn't know what to do that day because it was a bad day, I would call my mama to tell her about my bad day. But I never get a chance to because she just answers the phone and say hello. And her voice has that right frequency. Her voice has that right thing that that when she speaks, she sends those signals to my spirit and she calms my storm. She calms my pain. She's rubbing salve without even knowing it. She's rubbing salve on my pain, my wound. She's just, hey baby, how you doing? How's the weather? She's not talking about anything relevant. She gonna talk about the weather, what's for dinner, oh, what went on TV. But her voice is not what she's talking about. It's just the tone that she's giving me. It's just the frequency that she has tuned into my spirit, and she has calmed my storm. She has calmed me because I needed calming, because something had took me off balance, and I needed to be balanced back, and she was my balancer. I need somebody to balance me. And sometimes somebody's voice has a certain vibration, a certain frequency that just hearing their voice just calms you right down and says, "Ooh, okay, I'm all right. What's wrong? Oh, nothing now." Because I heard that. I heard what it took. And people out here who are suffering need to hear somebody, who has the right tone, the right kind of love, that frequency that they can say, it's okay. I know right now, today, you're shaken. Today, you feel off. But I'm telling you, just hold on. Let me just help you just balance out just a little bit. We all need that from time to time. We all need it. I can tell you about my many stories. I need to be balanced. Many stories. If it would help you, I would. But I just want to let you know that there are many people who are suffering out here. And it may be you, suffering from things that they cannot share. They're afraid to share. They think if I tell somebody this, they're not going to want to accept me. They're not going to want to be around me. They're going to think there's something really, lost with me. And sometimes all you need is someone to understand that, your balance is off. They tell you all the time, you have this, they diagnose you with this, they diagnose you with that, just kind of, we're going to give this medication, going to help balance you out. Well, if the medication can balance me out, maybe something else can too. I need to find out what can balance me, because we all have to be balanced, equilibrium, that balance. Because if you shift one tooth to the left, too much to the right, you're going to feel it. Sometimes when I'm walking, I can feel my balance is off, and it sometimes aggravate me because I know now, oh gosh, I hate to say this. I'm not as young as I used to be. When I was younger, I was in gymnastics, volleyball. Oh, I was so athletic. I loved to play anything and everything. The yoga aerobics. I was just like, dancing. I was all of that. And now I have it still packed up in here. But my body's don't you try it, right? I'm like, oh, wish I could do another flip, right? A cartwheel. My body said, try it if you need to. Go ahead. And I'm like, maybe not, but I used to love do it. with my kids, I think I was 7 months pregnant with my baby. I was 7 months pregnant and I had my other two children outside and I'm trying to show them how to do a cartwheel. I'm 7 months pregnant, nice and fluffy. And my other two kids was outside and I says, let me show you how to do this cartwheel. And then I do it, mama, do it. I'm like 20, like 23. I said, sure. And I got there and I did this cartwheel. And when I did it, when I came down, and then my stomach came down later. Bloop. I said, whoop, that's the last one I'm going to do today. So I knew then there was a limitation. And even now today, I have to now say I have limitations. But it doesn't mean I can't do other things. I can't do some things, but I can do some other things. I used to run track. Love the 440 relay. I loved it. Pass that baton, just go, go, go. Ooh, spiritual, I just got a beat on that, right? Pass the baton. I love it. But anyway, I'm like, okay, I can run. They say, if you get it to Jenny, we good. Because I could run. Jump those hurdles, I could run. I can't run now. But I get on my bicycle and I can ride. I do what I see. I don't talk about my disabilities. And I have some. There's some things I cannot do anymore. And that's not to talk, to downshift me or to say that's something, it's just what reality is. I just can't do it anymore. I mean, I got it all here. It's planted. I can see myself doing it. But I can't do it anymore, But it doesn't stop me from doing something. Do something, Jenny. Do something. Don't stop. Whatever it is that you are going through, whatever your struggle is, whatever the illness is, wherever you are in the dark place, wherever you are, shut down or shut out. It may seem hopeless. It may seem really, really dark. And you may feel all alone. But I promise you, and I use this word not lightly, if you could look long enough and find a light, follow that light. There is somebody close by that you may not even be paying attention to, but they're watching you. Get to the light. Find that light and then hold on until help's come, because help is coming. We all need help in one thing or another. No one got it all together. I don't care who they are and what they tell you. Nobody has it all together. We all are facing something and struggle with something. It just may not be clear and it may not be, verbally telling you, but it's still there. I've always been good at masking. You would never see me at my worst. You would never see me struggling, crying. I was the tough chick. I had to be tough. I needed to be tough. But then there came a time in my life when I didn't care what you thought. I need help. Now, everybody would never get a chance to see me at my lowest, still today. But there's a few that I would select in my life that I would say, can I just talk to you for a minute? I just need to share something with you. And when I share it, I know what I gave you is under lock and key. And that's important. It's important that when you tell somebody something that's so deep to you and is so, intimate to you, that when you tell them your pain, your struggle, your shortcoming, your illness, your hurts, your fears, that it's under lock and key. You don't have to sign a privacy act. You don't have to sign no HIPAA with me. I'm telling you, my integrity is your lock and key. I get mad with people and don't talk to them no more in life, but I still don't tell their secrets. And I know a lot of them. I know a lot of them. They get mad at me and they tell everything. Ah, you think she's that? Well, let me tell you about this. And I'm like, oops. Hey, I can't deny it, but I'm hurt that you chose to share it. But then it shows your character. But my character is very important to me, that my integrity always remain intact. So even if, let me tell you what you know about a person's really when they have that true integrity. This is real. When you share something with somebody and you tell them a deep secret, a deep scar, a deep wound, a hurt, pain, whatever it may be, and you share it with somebody, and even if y'all stop talking, even if you're no longer in a relationship with that person, she's no longer your best friend. She's no longer, your go-to girl. He's no longer your man, whatever it may be. That which you have shared never gets exposed. That's integrity. When you got that, that's all day, all strong. So I say, when you're dealing with people, sometimes you tread lightly because you don't understand. I tell somebody one day, I said, look, be careful when you talk to this person because you don't know what they're going through. They may seem to be a little, radical or whatever, but you don't know. See, I know their story. I can't share it with you, but I know this. Just be, a little bit gentle. Have a little more patience with someone. Patience go a long way. So today, I want you to understand there are people out here who are suffering from illnesses that they cannot share with you, but it's still there. And there are those who share it with you. Please don't find it funny. Don't mimic it. And don't go and share it to everybody and talk about it. Understand, it is them today, but it can be you tomorrow. Because you can lose something today. Today you can lose something and it will put you in a dark place because you never lost it before. And you don't want to have to go through something to feel what somebody else is feeling. Sometimes having empathy is important. Compassion, and most important, love, that we talk about all the time. Be careful by the people who you surround yourself with that may be going through, and they're going through. I've had to sit at the steps of someone's life day in and day out until they came out of the dark place. And I had to sit there and be patient. And all I could do was just continue to flick that light. Just flick that light. It's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. And there's some people I've missed in life. I didn't know they suffered from illnesses. And they just got on my nerve and I just, And then later on down the line, I found out what it was. I had to go back and apologize to them. And then, show them some compassion. We have to be better at dealing with our sisters and our brothers and helping those who may not be able to share what they're going through, but know that they have some hurt sometimes in their life. So I thank you for your time and your patience. And again, I know this was a little different than normal, but I just wanted to put it out there because what I saw, it hurt me. It hurt me to see someone I love, I respect and look up to, hurting. And I want you to know, we all got somebody around us that's hurting just like that. Show some compassion. Show some love. Thank you so much. This is Jenny Oya. Thank you for your time. And remember, if you enjoyed this today and you haven't done it, please subscribe. Thank you. Until we meet again, blessings to you.